Welcome back everyone to The Coach Approach. It's your coach, Blake the Black Faker, and today we're going to be going over a Janna gameplay. Now this is a bronze gameplay here. I chose this because their KDA was 1-3-15, I believe, and that's really good for us to lose the game. And so I'm hoping that we'll see some macro problems and we can just kind of implement that. Yeah, you're playing Janna, but it doesn't matter. This will be applicable to any champion, any role you play, because like I said, it is a macro standpoint of things, meaning that we need to understand the game knowledge to know why we lost here. So we're going to be taking a look at that. First things first is analyzing this bot lane. So more or less we have a sustain lane and they have a kill lane, right? So this means for the most part, I just want to chill out in lane with my AD carry. Now we want to ask ourselves these three questions. The first question is, what does my ADC want to do to win lane? How does a Kalista usually play? She's kind of scrappy, but you don't really know how this Kalista is going to play because it requires a really experienced player to play Kalista properly. So it's hard to say, well, she's going to farm. It's hard to say she wants to fight because the simple fact is, like, she's so versatile depending on what player's playing her. It's very hard to pinpoint what exactly she's going to want to do. So you're just going to have to get the feel for her and just see as the lane progresses. As far as Tristana, what does the enemy ADC want to do, right? That's second question. Number two. As far as Tristana, what she wants to do is she just wants to fight repeatedly. Now for the final question, where can we keep the wave to prevent the other ADC from doing what they want to do, but also allowing our ADC to do what they want to do? In the middle of the wave, near our tower, or perma pushed in? Near our tower, right? Because if it's near our tower, this means that she cannot, the Tristana cannot just jump on us even if we do get hooked. And she perma pushes by herself anyway, so it's really good for us that we can keep the lane here. So this is where we want to keep it. That means that she can't really do anything and she's forced to farm, and we can fight on our terms, especially if the jungler comes to gank. So we should be keeping the wave. We shouldn't really be doing anything lane, and we should be keeping the wave near our tower. So this is what we want to tell. We want to tell our ADC, hey, let's keep the wave near our tower so that we can go ahead and have an easier laning phase. As we see, that's not what we did, and now we're pushing. So we're already playing the laning correctly because at level 2, even if you guys are level 2, when they're level 2, they'll still all in you. And you're gonna end up dying for it. We want to make sure that we allow them to push into us. That way we're not in a position to get dove or to get hooked or anything at level 2. Okay, so Tristana's not even going in. So now we can kind of abuse the fact that she's not really that great of a Tristana player because she's not really doing anything. She's not really doing much, right? So with this in mind, as the lane progresses, and you don't really ever want to put labels on anybody. I tell that to everybody. You don't want to say how someone's exactly going to play. We just know Tristana likes to fight, right? No matter who's playing that champ, we know that she's probably going to try to fight you. That's just what she does. So as we see the lane progress, if they're better than that, like if they're doing way more than just trying to fight, like they're doing a lot of complicated Tristana main stuff, then we know, like, okay, we need to chill the hell out. But if they're not really doing even like the base of what Tristana is supposed to do, you can kind of take advantage of that. So with this in mind, you can see that she's not really going for much. You can just kind of abuse the fact that she's not. We still have to be careful, of course, but you see she's not really paying attention and you're getting away with a lot more poke than exactly, right? We got away with that. Now, we shouldn't have done that if we did not know she was bad, right? So hopefully you're like, oh, you're just terrible, Tristana. What are you doing? You're not that good of a player. And then you took advantage of that. Because if you were just doing this and you weren't really sure how good she was, taking advantage of stuff like that, you could just easily get hopped on and just instantly blown up. It's very important that you pay attention to that type of stuff. So the fact that we're able to abuse the player, we know that we can play lane a little bit differently. Gotta make sure that we have a better back timing because now we're forced to stay in lane. Or if we're back, we're going to lose out on a lot of gold. So this is back. So what we want to do is fix the back timings of not just you, but your ADC as well. We have to make sure we're pinging them back. After we get a kill or after they recall, either or, we need to make sure that we recall too. So with this fight right here, cool, it's done. You can leave now. You don't have to shove anymore. It's about to crash. We're good to go. Let's go. But because you hover, she's like, oh, I guess we can keep going. And now we're stuck in lane. So what's going to happen is you're going to get ganked by your jungler, or there's going to be a fight, whether it's a 3v3 or a 2v2. And because you're weaker than they are, because they actually were able to back, you're going to end up losing the fight. So let's just see what happens. Okay, good. We ended up backing. So nothing even happened. But if this was a high elo game, she would have just hopped on you because she would have won just easily by herself. The fact that she has a dagger is good enough, right? I'm sorry. Kalista didn't back yet. You didn't back yet. They could have just all in you right then and there. You guys are at a deficit of mana and HP. There's just no way you win that fight. But they didn't go for it. So it's sometimes hard to teach specific elos because you don't really get punished for a lot of the mistakes that end up happening. So you kind of just have to take my word on the hypotheticals. All right. Cool. If you're gonna be shoved up into your tower, I'm not saying that you were expected to be shoved up into your tower. This is just something unrelated to how this game is going right now. Okay, this is just an unrelated tip. If you are gonna be under your tower, there's no reason to ward right here because you cannot defend it. Only ward where you can defend. So if you're up here, it's fine to have a ward here. If you're right here, it's not fine to have a ward in the river because you can't defend it. There's no way. You'd have to go around. Your ADC would be split. If you're up here, it's fine to have a ward there because you can defend it. And if you're into the tower, putting a ward here, you can't defend it, and it's just going to get taken out. So it's better to put the wards where the lane is actually going to be. So we know that we're specifically stronger. So this is perfectly fine. So we know that we're pushing up. Okay, this is good so far. Helped to get drag. Nice. If you're gonna leave though, make sure you ping your AD carry. You don't want them to die just because you happen to go leave to go ward or you leave to go help the jungler. Let's just see. I don't think you pinged, but you probably could have. I was fast forwarding, so I don't know specifically. Let's just watch it in time. Yeah, see? You just kind of left. Without telling her. Okay, then we come back. Let's see next time, though. Try not to waste your shield so much because you can need it at the proper time. That goes for any ability. That's your main ability. Don't just throw it out willy-nilly because you may need it. Okay. So you see, you ping on my way, but you didn't ping her careful. What happens if the jungler is here and Thresh just like flashes over, gets her, drops a lantern, and then she dies? All because you didn't leave telling her, hey, we're going to do dragon. Or vice versa. What if they know that you're on dragon and they're coming and your Kalista's down here? Right? Because you didn't tell her, hey, we're doing drag. So she's down here. She has no priority. So Ari's going to rotate before your Syndra. And then we have a 3v2 because we didn't warn our specific, whatchamacallit, or even a 4v2. So whenever you go ward or go for dragons, make sure you ping your ADC. Always communicate everything you're doing. It's very, very important that you communicate everything because it's on you to help control the pace of the game. Pinging is huge, especially with support and jungle. Okay. You see kind of how we're just tossing stuff out willy-nilly? Don't do that. Unless you're going to know, unless you know for a fact you're not going to need the ability, don't worry about it. As we said, we're a sustain lane. We're not a poke lane. There's really no reason for us to go for poke. There's really no reason for us to do anything other than just chill the fuck out. And use your abilities when you need to. This goes when you're playing Zyra. This goes when you're playing Nico, Lux, whatever. Whatever you decide to play, remember that you have a specific main ability. Every champion has a specific ability that they need to hit in order for their champ to like work properly. So for instance, Garen, it's his silence, right? If he can silence you, he can spin on you nonstop and you can't really get away. For Aatrox, it's his W. If he can land that W, you're probably done. Ahri, it's her E. Tristana, it's her E. And then Thresh, of course, it's his Q. Now, for our team, it's his hook, right? Darius is his hook. For Shyvana, it's her ultimate, if anything, but it's her E, really, that does the damage. Syndra, it's the stun, right? She wants to make sure she gets the stun on you. It's really all of her abilities, honestly, but we'll just say the stun. If you can manage to get away from the stun, you're probably good to go. And Callista, it's her Rind, right? That's her main ability. If she wastes that in lane, she doesn't have it, she's probably dead, and she's probably not going to win the fight. And then for you, you have 2, which is your knockup and your shield. So we don't want to waste those. Your W, it's fine. You can waste your W. Definitely should have been focusing the ADC there. Anytime you get all in, or your ADC gets all in, whatever, focus the other AD carry. That way it allows them to not do as much damage to your ADC or whoever the support is targeting, because they're going to back off after that. Right? But if you allow them to just do damage for free and they're not taking any damage back, they're just going to keep doing the damage and eventually just kill. So every time you or your ADC gets engaged on, make sure you focus the ADC. Okay. I had a little hiccup there. Excuse me. I'm also curious. Did we throw out an ability before that fight took place? We have everything up. We have everything up. Okay. You see how you charged that? Wait, where the hell did the tornado go? The fuck? Did it go forward? Is that what? Yeah, it went forward. Okay. But you see how the fact that you had that available, and if you would have hit it, would have been so huge for you guys. This is why it's important to have these abilities so that you can game change a fight basically. When you're in a Kalista ult, don't fear like slamming into the team, because if you're a ranged champion, it actually pops you further back than you are if you're a melee, because the game recognizes you're a ranged champion. So don't be too afraid of like flying into the team, because you will be popped back a certain distance. Okay. Wasn't really necessary. Remember, we're not a kill lane. Don't do it. Play the exact way until any phase is over. If we're just a poke and sustain, then we are only poking and sustaining. We shouldn't be trying to all in. Why? Because they're an actual kill lane. So you don't beat the kill lane. You only win if they make mistakes, and they've been making the mistakes, which is why we said, you know, just chill out and kind of react to what they do. Especially because sometimes you're, for the most of the time, yeah, your ADC is just gonna do some crazy shit because you're doing something crazy specifically. So you see how we got that kill? It's because they just kind of messed up. So you have to remember, when we analyze the sustained poke kill thing, we really want to make sure that we are playing to that specific thing, because that's what we're good at. We can't play to something else that we're just not good at, because you're just gonna fall up short. It is okay to take advantage of them, but don't just blindly, you know, do crazy stuff because we have the kill. Why did she flash? I don't think she had the flash. Okay, so tower's down. Yep, we should be looking to do the next objective here. So we got dragon coming up in 1 minute. So we should be pinging our team. 1 minute, dragon. Let's see what we're doing with our pings. Okay, you pinged it. Cool. Not just once though. Remember, we have to ping it a couple of times. We have to get them to pay attention. So that's once though. We want to ping it again once it gets about to like 30 seconds or something. It's at 44. So we should ping it right now. Oh, not pinging it. Okay. Ooh, nice, nice. Very good. You're pinging it. But you see, you're not really spamming it. Like, they don't really know what you're asking for. It's one ping. They're not paying attention. And if you want to carry your games because your teammates are stupid, you want to make sure you are pinging them more than that, because what happens if they die right here? Then what? You don't get drag. So you got to make sure that they're paying attention to your pings. You need to make sure you're pinging more than that, because they're really just doing what they want to do, and you're kind of just, you have the right mindset, but you're not really telling them specifically, like, hey, get your asses over here. It's time to do this fucking dragon. You're just kind of suggesting it and hoping that they do it. You know what I mean? And that's going to let you down a lot of the times. I don't think we had to fight this fight. We already got dragon. What's the point? We get dragon, we're out. Ping them back, 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 back. And then we're like just following the pack of like, okay, I guess we will fight this fight. There's no reason to. We got the dragon already. Remember, only fight for those objectives. That's it. If the objective is gone, you just leave. There's no reason. Okay. So I'll write that down. If we're going to make a play for the objective and it's gone, we leave. So whether they steal it, whatever, we gotta leave. It's gone. It's whatever. We don't have to force the fight if it's already taken away from us. We'll force the fight somewhere else and we'll just play safe because we don't want them to come back. Okay, I like this. We should be picking Baron. Let them funnel into us. Instead, we're just like, once again, just kind of following the herd. You could have definitely ignited that Garen there. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of following the herd. Like you're warding, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're not calling anything. That's literally the only problem here that I'm seeing is we're not calling anything and we're just way too aggressive when we don't really have to be. Once again, calling the Baron is way better than diving this tower. They come to Baron, you guys just insta-kill them. If they don't, you get the Baron for free. You have it warded up. This is beautiful. Like absolutely beautiful right now. But you're not even using it. You just keep doing what the dumbasses do, and then it's like, well, I die too because you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. But you're not really giving them any other ultimatums. Ultimatums. Is it with a U or A? Now I'm trolling. I think it's ultimatums with a U, right? Oh, ultimatums. Yeah. No, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm probably fucking wrong. Okay, but yeah, you're not really giving them any other option other than let's fucking dive the tower. You're not telling them what else to do. They might not want to, but because we're all together, it's like, hey, that's the only thing we can really do. I guess let's go for it. But if you give them something else to go for, you definitely will have an easier time. Because they'll choose, you know, the most optimal play. So we give the Baron. Once again, the Baron's gone, and we go for it when we know that we can't get it. We end up dying for it instead of just pinging our team backwards, or instead of going for Dragon. Because we already know the thing was gone because we all just died. Okay, Dragon's gone. Once again, we don't want to fight. No reason to really clear the wards over there because, you know, Dragon's probably gone. Which it is. Try to go for the fight here. I like that you're weaving in your autos. Very good. You are fucking popping off. You are weaving in those autos. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just kind of the same shit. No objective to fight for. We fight. We die. Yeah, it's just the same stuff. Same shit, different toilet. I think that's it, yeah. Yeah, that's it. The game's done, so. Okay, so definitely the homework here. Definitely the homework here. Actually, I'm trolling. It's most important. I guess it's the same, honestly. No? Have I? Let me know in the comments. Have I done homework before on VODs? I usually don't. I usually do that only when I'm in a one-on-one session. But I haven't done VODs in a minute. So, I don't remember. I've only done Patreon VODs. So, correct me. But yeah, the most important thing for us to really focus on here is we really just need to focus on 3. We need to focus on 4. Every time you or your ADC gets engaged on, I'm trolling, not that one. I'm trolling. This one, number two. Whenever you go ward or go for a dragon, make sure you ping your ADC. Not just ping them, but ping everyone. Ping everything. You're really good at setting up stuff, that's good, but you just have to ping your team more. Obviously, number 2 is more focused on lane, but I'm just saying in general, ping more. Don't ping once, don't ping twice, ping 3 or 4 times. You have 6 pings to run out, so do as you please. The next one, if we're going to make a play for an objective and it's gone, just leave. There's too much of just kind of random fights. And play around the objective you're setting up for. You set up really well for dragons. You set up really well for barons, but you just allow your team to just do dumb shit. You have to specifically be like, hey, back, ping, assist, dragon, and then they'll come. Back, ping, hey, Baron, they'll come. But you're not really pinging anything. You're just kind of following them around. Even when you do have the right idea, you don't really want to voice the opinion. You're basically just kind of sitting there like, well, I have everything set up. If you guys want to go, we can go. But if you guys don't want to, I guess I'm here for you guys. Change that mentality. Get your fucking asses over here. I'm fucking AFK. That should be your mentality. I guarantee they'll follow. Okay? Don't type nothing like that. But ping your ass off, okay? Alright, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys want some free buys, as I said before, make sure you join Discord. Every Sunday I open the chat up and you can post your GG. If you guys got any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys for approaching this like a coach.